got one, and I don't think it's gonna make people happy, but I'm gonna throw Seth Littrell out there.
What?
We talk about that Alamo Bowl game as a weakness for Jackson Arnold. Yeah, that was his offense. That was the game he was in control.
Okay, time.
And so
I can't, man. I gotta ask you this question. All right, I'm just gonna ask you one question. I'm gonna ask you two questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
How many interceptions did Seth Littrell throw in the Alamo Bowl?
Zero.
How many
But
times did wait? How many times did Seth Littrell fumble in the Alamo Bowl?
zero.
Six turnovers. They were not on Seth Littrell. I think if you,
I'm not
what I'm saying is, if you take away six turnovers, with six turnovers, this offense produced over 500 yards. You take away six turnovers, you're probably 700 plus yards of offense and maybe two or three more touchdowns. You don't lose this game. And we're talking about what a great genius Seth Littrell is. You're right. It's not going to make people happy. I'm just saying, I think I can shoot that down pretty quick.
you didn't let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
Okay. And going back, I understand, Seth Littrell has OU ties. And that's what I'm saying. People are not gonna like it. But going back to the home openers last year, three non-conference games last year,
Uh-huh.
offense wasn't doing that great. I didn't like all the play calling in the Alamo Bowl game. People don't like the play calling with Jeff Lebby, and they blame Jeff Lebby for the offense.
Right.
So I'm not saying it's going to potential weakness. I'm not saying it is a weakness, but I'm definitely out there thinking what what adjustments could they have made to make a true freshman look better? I understand that Jackson Arnold had four turnovers. I understand that a veteran receiver, Frug, had two fumbles. But at the same time, I feel like they definitely could have had the scripting a little bit better to kind of get out there and make Jackson Arnold more comfortable to start that game, to make sure that when it's crunch time, that it's not on the shoulders of the true freshman. That's what all I'm saying
I just
of a
look,
weakness.
okay. I don't, this is only our third podcast together, you and I. I don't think I've ever disagreed with you more strongly than what I do right now. And so I like Jackson Arnold's a 5-star NFL prototypical quarterback. The pressure has to be on his shoulders. If you can't put the pressure on his shoulders, he doesn't need to be your starting quarterback. So
At
that's
the
just,
same time, you should be able to have play calls that gets him in a
dude,
rhythm early.
all you got then the only other thing you can do is say throw it to this guy right here. You don't get to read. You don't get to make reads. You got to throw it to this guy. And that's a disaster waiting in itself as well, because the safety is rolling over the top, or the defensive end shoots out wide, or the linebacker comes in through the A gap instead of the B gap, and you're locked in on one guy, which, I mean, kind of Jackson was locked in on one guy, but that wasn't Seth Littrell's fault. We'll just see. I mean, this is something that I promise we'll come back to, and we'll see as the season goes on. We got to jump out of here for a break here in just like a minute and a half. But um, turnovers, since we're already talking about it, we beat to a dead horse, but that's my last potential weakness. They just turnovers. The conversation you and I are having right now about Seth Littrell, it can be summed up with turnovers. You have the six turnovers, and so we're having this conversation.